So this is our last quarterfinal before we move on to the semifinals. So this is going to be an intense match. It's going to be very fun. And we got Tyson kicking it off here, serving to Joey Farias. All right, so again, just to reiterate, this is rally scoring. So every time a person on the court makes a mistake, it's a penalty. It penalizes them. It's a point. Unlike the traditional way of scoring. All right, Joey seems to be coming out crisp here. Eddie.
Yeah, two solid shots, or two points very quickly here.
2-0. Start out.
Got 2-1.
One, two.
Tyson took a little spill there. I think he's all right, though. Maybe a little condensation on the court. Looks like they took a well-needed timeout there.
Is that the moisture that's on the paddles and stuff?
Yeah, I think so. I think the condensation made the court a little bit slippery, and so Tyson took a little spill there. But
well, with all this rain in the air over the last few days, obviously in Florida you get a lot of moisture in the air, which is good in a way because we don't get dry, cracked lips all the time like you do out west in California. But but I think what happens is overnight it kind of rains, and then they wake up and these early morning starts, it gets a little too wet and slick.
Sure.
Tyson's not really known to be one that takes spills and falls. So we have a special guest,
we
by
do
the
have
way.
a special guest. Hey.
Oh,
This is Kristen. Kristen, what's your last name?
Kristen Clark from ABC7.
There we go. Kristen and her crew are here to do live interviews and some commentating.
Welcome to the commentary booth, Kristen. We'd love to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to be here. You know, I was just in Chicago, so I would definitely rather be playing pickleball here.
Yeah.
Nice and humid, warm, good for the muscles.
What was the weather like in Chicago? Snow? Was there snow?
It was actually, there was a warm front, so it was 40 degrees.
40 is still pretty cold if you're from Florida,
yeah,
though.
I know. It was kind of funny. When it's 40 in Florida, I'm not okay.
No,
that is not okay.
The 3 times a year that it happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like at 60 degrees, I'm outside in like my winter gear down here in Florida because I've only lived here 5.5 years, but I quickly adjusted. So.
Well, I will say the humidity, I feel like it just cuts right through you.
Oh, it totally does.
To be fair.
Yes.
Not that I'm wimpy, but.
Well, I feel like at 40 degrees down here, they just shut down schools and like
I know, right?
colleges cancel their classes for the
Has it ever
day.
snowed in Florida?
You know, that's a
South
great
Florida?
question. I'd love to know that.
I know in Jacksonville it snowed.
So I live in Naples, and I've been told that the last time it snowed in the Naples area was in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And since I've lived here 5.5 years, it's never gotten to freezing, except for one time it got to like 38 degrees. That was about the lowest that it was. So
Kristen, you and I weren't even a thought.
I was going to say I was
back
not
in the
around
70s.
for that, unfortunately.
All right, so this is more like a medical timeout, I feel like. Tyson took a spill and kind of scraped his right hand. And whenever there's blood, just like any sport, blood is not going to be something the refs are just going to allow to continue.
Yeah, you don't want that out there.
No, you just don't want that out there. It's not a good look, and also it could get on the ball, the paddles, and other players. It's really not a good look. So what they're doing right now, you get up to 15 minutes when there's an actual medical timeout. However, Kristen, the rules changed about a year ago. Players used to use this as a strategy. I don't know how many people know this. They used to be behind in the game, and they would be out of timeouts, so they would fake cramping so that they could get a medical timeout and take as much time as they needed. So the new rule is that cramps do not count or are not considered a medical timeout.
Okay.
Because it's preventable. You can prepare better so that you don't cramp when you're at the actual tournament.
And I'm assuming these players have definitely been preparing for
Oh,
this.
my goodness. These guys prepare year-round. They don't stop. There is no off-season for pickleball, right?
There's no off.
There's no off-season. These guys grind all year long, sometimes 30 to 35 tournaments a year. And at the highest level, that takes its toll on your body and even mentally and physically both.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back to the action now. You're seeing two of the best in the business right here go toe-to-toe. All right. Got a little backhand there from Tyson. Came up a little short, hit the net cord. Joey's appreciative because that's not only his ball now, but it's also a point for him. A slight advantage to Joey here early. So he was actually over there by the speaker, and by the time the ball came back, he was just not able to get his traction in.
We got a lefty here, too.
Actually, I think you're the only lefty here.
Oh, he's playing with that's his right hand. I'm backwards.
You're okay, Kristen. You're okay. No worries. Joey honestly is talented enough to play with his left hand, but against Tyson, he's not going to take that chance.
Either one of these guys could beat me playing left-handed.
Yeah, they could beat me and Eddie
with one hopping on one leg.
That's right. Did you see that roll from Joey? That ball was up in the air, and he just didn't wait around to see if it was going to bounce in or out. He just took it and rolled it for a winner.
We've got a crowd, too. People are showing up to watch.
Yeah, I noticed all of them have Starbucks coffee cups almost in their hands. So.
I guess it's still 9 in the morning.
That's right. So Joey right now, I got to say this. Joey's backhand is not asleep at the hotel like the other guys.
Like Ben's?
Like Ben's.
Yeah.
It is alive and well.
It is wide awake.
He's stroking that ball so well right now, and he knows it. These guys get in that state of flow just like we talked about. I mean, you can tell when guys like Jay Duvier last game, he was in the zone. Joey's got his hat on backwards, and he's just dialed in. You know, Tyson's sometimes a slow starter, but will pick it up. Boy, that ball is close. Well, you know, Kristen, I've been over here all week with Eddie, and I think I've probably thought 100 of those are in, and not one of them has been in. So
it's a close call.
we have a terrible angle over here, though.
Yeah, it's hard.
And that plays with your vision.
It does.
And unless you're on top of it, it really is hard to see.
I think Kristen's vision was a little skewed too when she thought Joey was left-handed. Maybe.
Yeah, that's got to be this corner.
Let's blame it on the moisture in the air. It was the moisture in the air.
Moisture.
I was like, really? I've been in the sport 3 years. I didn't know Joey was left-handed. That's the first time I've heard this. Kristen bringing us up-to-date current action here. No, thank you for joining us, though. This is fun.
Of course, I love it.
We had a 5:15 rendezvous here on the courts.
5:15 in the morning, that is.
And you guys were all smiles.
Oh, of course.
You and
The
Mackenzie and
mornings are the
Corey.
best. And it's still the morning.
But you guys get up, from what I heard from you, like 3 o'clock is like sunny day for you guys. Like normal day in the
Wake
life
up and
of.
get the day going.
My goodness.
Yep. Dark and early.
I actually don't remember the last time I saw 3 a.m. Except for last night. I was actually up at 3 a.m. because we were here late. And
Yeah, you didn't get much sleep.
No, I did not. I'm running on pure adrenaline and just excitement for this championship day.
Yeah. So do you like pickles?
I do actually. I got a quick story on that. So before I found pickleball, I used to compete at a high level in flag football. And that sounds kind of lame, like, oh, what is flag football and why would you compete there?
Flag football's intense.
It's very intense. And we were playing for $10,000 at one point. So it's a very, very competitive sport. And I remember this. I was about to play for a championship match, and I was the rusher. So it's a lot of grinding and playing all day and just wearing your body down. So I was actually cramping in my calves and both calves. I was sitting there on the ground. I took my cleats off, and we had about 20 minutes before we started that match. And a guy came over and gave me a jar of pickles and said, chug this. And I thought he was crazy. And I chugged it. And by the 15 minutes when we started, I felt like a new man. So
pickle juice.
that pickle juice is key.
Who knew? Oh, and look who has joined us on the end here. My photographer, Cody.
What's up, Cody?
Oh, man.
Hey, Cody.
I actually called you Corey a second ago, but it's
Yeah.
actually because I've slept like 2 hours. So
This is Cody. So, Cody, apparently pickle juice is very helpful for muscle cramps and recovery.
it works very quickly. It gets into your system quick. Also, mustard.
Oh.
People get packets of mustard. If you ever see a pro pickleball player or pro sport in any sport, if they go to like Arby's, McDonald's, anything like that, they're always grabbing big packets of mustard. And you might think, like, why are they doing that? It's because they keep it in their bags.
Okay, well, should we get live?
Looks like we're losing the news team here to their own live
We're
broadcast.
not going anywhere.
No, yeah,
We're
they're actually going to
joining
stay with
live
us.
broadcast.
Oh, cool.
So we're live while we're live.
we're live while we're live.
Live at 5.
How meta is that?
This is cutting edge stuff over here with Eddie and Webby show here.
That's right.
Slide out.
By the way, this is Eddie Atkins. I don't know if you've officially met him.
We
so.
didn't. Good
How's
to
it
see
going?
you. We're having a
Eddie's-
blast, man.
He's so chill. He's just like, I'm like, can we just like do this and wing it? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do this.
Yeah, I feel like it leads to a good production to just kind of be real with it. So that's what we do.
Well, thanks for having me here. We just want to show all our viewers the wonderful world of pickleball here.
Well, good. Well, there's no better place to do it than at the World Pickleball Championship.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
That's
First
correct.
ever.
And real quick, back to this action. I just want you guys to see 10-9 right now. Joey down 1. This is a big pivotal point right here. All right. He chose to attack that ball, and it went long. Tyson just kind of ducked out of the way. So we've got a close one at 11-9.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they both played incredibly well. You know, you had Tyson taking that game 11-9 over Joey Farias, but I got to say, man, I was incredibly impressed with both levels of play. Joey actually came out, and he seemed dialed in.
He was.
His backhand was not asleep like Ben Johns was claiming.
It was
so,
not asleep. It did
yeah.
not stay at the hotel. I got to tell you, kudos to Tyson, though, for weathering that early storm.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was a monster forehand and backhand that Tyson was seeing from Joey. But also, Tyson just hung in there and ended up finishing that out 11-9. So they're going to switch sides, and we're going to see a game 2.
That's right, and this is the last round of the quarterfinals, right? So the winner of this match is going to take on Jay Duvier in the semifinals. And the other semifinals match we're going to see is Ben Johns and Riley Newman. So we're excited to see them battle it out as well.
I cannot wait to see these semifinals.
Yeah.
It's going to be intense.
Yeah, the Ben Johns against Riley Newman, that's going to be a solid match. And then, as I said, the winner of this against Jay Duvier. So we can't go wrong in the semis. It's just going to be 4 top players out there.
Absolutely.
0.
This is the quarterfinals right now, right?
That's
This
correct.
is the last round of the quarterfinals. That's correct.
Okay.
And we've already got Ben Johns playing Riley Newman in the top half, and Jay Duvier waiting on the winner of this match to see what our semifinals round out.
Jay
to be.
Duvier.
Duvier.
Yeah, where's he from?
France?
I think we said France.
That sounds very
Yeah.
French.
Yeah, this is the World Pickleball Championship. So we actually have people from India, France, Czechoslovakia, or the Czech Republic, I should say.
Canada, Mexico.
Slovakia, Slovenia, Canada, Mexico. Yeah, all over.
That's amazing.
Brazil.
And of course, Naples, Fort Myers, Southwest
That's right.
Florida.
That's
the good
right.
old US of A.
Yep.
Point.
Tyson playing really well right now. Tyson plays his game regardless of who he's playing on the court. And when Tyson's dialed in and playing well, he's tough to beat.
I mean, we're seeing right there. It took a quick 3-0 lead.
I feel like Tyson's style is you could have never have watched pickleball before, and somebody could say just let you watch him once. 2 or 3 weeks could go by, and you could see him play at another tournament, and you could instantly pick his game out because he's so distinct.
Mm-hmm.
It's so unique, and it's so him.
It
Yeah.
is. It really is a unique style. I mean, from everything from his stance to his serve to how he holds his paddle at the line to how he puts the ball away. Everything is very, very unique to Tyson.
He's actually got the biggest serve in pickleball, or at least he's known for the biggest serve in
15
pickleball.
seconds.
Yeah.
I actually got a chance to try to return some of his the other day.
How was it?
Man, it's tough. It's coming at you fast. I returned 1 in 5. I think.
0.
That's pretty good. I'd be happy with that.
Those aren't great numbers, Eddie, but I like your positive thinking. Gosh,
Okay.
I think
So as we get ready for the ABC 7 live broadcast, I guess we'll show your Facebook Live viewers a little insight as to how I get ready, but I just want to check in. Are you
4,
live with
0.
PicklePlex Global, Pickleball?
it's on Pickleball Global's Facebook page
Pickleball
and their
Global.
YouTube page,
Okay, got
And-
it.
Yep, and also to the pickleball.global website.
and on the website as
Yes.
well.
Okay.
Just to add more confusion.
Pickleball.global is the actual website, but
Got it.
yep.
5,
Facebook page
0.
with Pickleball Global.
And here with Golden Boy and is it
Eddie.
Eddie?
Eddie from the Eddie and Webby Show.
Eddie, what's your nickname?
Eddie.
Ah,
That is his
That
name.
is my nickname.
6,
Okay.
0.
And his real name.
All right, so I'm just
Point.
gonna put my mic here, so when you talk, I'll just kind of put it right there. You can talk into both mics. We'll do a double live.
This is breaking history right here.
That is
Yeah,
right. Double live.
amazing.
And Scott, you can do most of the talking, then that way the mic can pick it up.
That sounds good.
Look at this, guys. Double live.
Double live.
All right, Joey not coming out
0.
as strong here in game 2. 7-0 Tyson. If this trend continues, it looks like we might see Tyson in the semifinals. But sometimes Joey can catch fire, and he can just start rattling points off. He might rattle off 5 or 6 points in a row just out of nowhere after he's down 7-0. So
All right, you guys ready?
One,
we're ready.
All right, double live. Coming up soon.
point.
Outside. Outside line clipper.
Outside line clipper. I love it. Joey hit a really nice shot right there.
2-7.
All right, Joey, just like I said, starting to rattle off a few points here in a row, 3 in a row.
Of course, Jen and Greg, good morning, and welcome to the 2019 World Pickleball Championships. We're in the broadcast booth right now, broadcasting live with pickleball.global on Facebook, on YouTube, on the website. Scotty, Golden Boy, tell us what's going on. We're in the quarterfinals right now.
We are. We're in the last round of the quarterfinals here in the men's pro singles. These guys are competing at the highest level in our sport. They're also battling it out for $4,000 for first place, $2,000 for second, and $1,600 for third. They pay out on past that, but I don't need to get into all those details. But, yeah, these guys are laying it all out there on the line. You're going to see blood, sweat, and tears, and they're not going to leave anything out on the court there.
So, fill everyone in. What have we been seeing so far in this matchup and earlier this morning?
So it was an early start. We're into day 4. These guys have been stacking men's, women's, mixed, and singles all into one day because of the weather. We've had some rain delays and some pushbacks. So honestly, these guys are grinding it out through just pure adrenaline and sheer will.
It's a big day, especially if you want to come and watch. I mean, they've got game after game because, like you said, due to the weather, they're having to get all these games played today. You have the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the finals themselves, and anyone you can see can come and watch. You know, we were just looking at everyone coming in here with their Starbucks drinks.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody needs their Starbucks to get going in the morning. But, you know, these guys, what you have to understand about watching these pure athletes right here is these guys grind out these matches all day long. And they'll finish these singles matches, and they'll gear right back up and go play mixed doubles and men's doubles, and that's impressive in any sport. I want to be sure to point this out. These pros could be pro in any sport they chose to put their time and effort
Very
into.
athletic, and it's not just these two. If you take a look all around PicklePlex, I mean, behind us, you can't really see, but there are people warming up, getting ready. I mean, it's a big thing going on. This is the first ever pickleball.
Yes, it is, and we're here in Punta Gorda, Florida at the PicklePlex. There's 16 dedicated courts, beautiful courts, by the way. And their vision was to have the World Pickleball Championships here at the end of 2019. And, guys, this is the first time in the history of our sport that $100,000 has been given out.
Hey, that's a lot of money. And checking back in on the game right now, how are things looking?
Looking good. Joey's still alive. He's hanging around at 10-4. He threw that ball up there to try to give himself a chance. This is game point, so he's got to make something happen here. Oh, there it is. So that's a wrap. So what we saw was Tyson McGuffin, the #2 singles player in the world, just defeating Joey Farias in 2 games, 11-9, 11-4. That was phenomenal play.